let's just assume no one knows what the matrix is. What is it? Why was it developed? And talk about some of the interesting use cases you're seeing.
Sure. Yeah. So fundamentally, it's a mental model, and hopefully one that's relatively simple enough that you can have it as a working mental model in your head. The mental model consists of two dimensions: things that we care about, and you can look at those as nouns, and the things that we do, and you can look at those as verbs. The things that we do are based off the NIST cybersecurity framework. So identify, protect, detect, respond, recover. The things that we care about are, I try to come up with a complete set, complete and somewhat exclusive, mutually exclusive set. So devices, applications, networks, data, and users. So that's a pretty straightforward mental model that most people should be able to keep in their head. And it's probably not too unfamiliar from what I've seen from many other practitioners that have done something similar. What I also added is this degree of dependency curves that you see on the bottom on the slide here that depicts the changing degree of dependency that we have on people, process, and technology as we perform these different verbs. So if we are performing the verb of identify, then it turns out we have a much heavier dependence on technology relative to people and process. And then as you shift to the right, the dependency shifts as well. And it tends to be that we have a heavier dependency on people on the right side of the matrix. And that particular dependency curve that you see is a hypothesis, and one that I am seeking to disprove as well. And despite a lot of attempts to try to disprove it myself as well as from others, it's actually held up to be relatively true or correct. And it has some stark implications as well. And one of those implications is just making sure that we understand what these terms mean now. So what does this verb identify? What does this verb detect? And are we using those terms properly? Because if we are starting to misuse those terms, then it confuses what our degree of dependency is on these functions. So it does have importance in that manner.